Hello all, I'm Suyash and you on Unacademy. You can follow me on Unacademy learning app where you can find my other courses as well. This lesson will take you through some very interesting idioms and phrases which you can actually use in your daily life to make your conversations more and more interesting and happening. So please do not forget to rate, review and share this lesson as much as you can. And also please do not forget to subscribe to Unacademy YouTube channel to get access to n number of lecture, n number of lessons and courses, and all those courses are for free. Okay, so come on. Thank you very much. And this is my profile, and here's the link where you can just follow me for my other courses. So please find this link and follow my other courses also. Also, you can find the same link in the description of this video, so please find it there. And one more thing, that any doubt, any query which you're having in your mind, you can just directly shoot that in the comment box below and all your questions will be answered for sure. Okay, so keep asking all your questions. Any small doubt if you're having, you can just ask that. Okay, so let's continue with some more idioms and phrases which we have in this lecture. And here is the very first one of this lecture, that is fair and square. Now, when I'm saying fair and square, what do I actually mean? It's a very simple phrase with a very simple meaning, and which the meaning is honestly. Now, whenever I'm saying fair and square, I mean to say honestly. Like you did something fair and square, that means you did something honestly. Okay, he's performing fair and square, that means he is performing honestly. Like for example which I'm having here is, some people believe Himanshu cheated, but he won the contest fair and square. Now this example is actually saying that some people believe that Himanshu cheated. Okay, some people believe that Himanshu cheated, but he actually won the contest fair and square. That means he actually won the contest honestly. He did not, use any unfair means. It was an honest competition, and he also performed very honestly, and he won it honestly. Okay, so that's how we can use this fair and square. Now the next one is give someone a fair shake. Now what is this give someone a fair shake? Now it's something about a fair chance. Okay, like to give someone or something a chance to prove itself. Okay, to give someone a chance to prove himself, or to give something a chance to prove itself. Okay, and this chance is like, giving him or giving it a fair opportunities to just prove itself or prove himself. That is the chance which I'm talking about. Like, you should not be biased. You should be equally, you should actually give equal opportunities to everyone. And you should give equal opportunities to him, to her as well. Okay, that is what this phrase actually means. Like, you cannot just judge someone on personal grudges. Okay, you'll have to give him what? A fair chance to prove himself. Like for example, don't fire him just because of one mistake. Now he committed one mistake, and just on the basis of that mistake, you just made up your thinking that yes, I am going to fire him. So don't do that. Don't just fire him because of this mistake. Why? Give him some more opportunities. Obviously, why are you firing someone just because of one mistake? It is just the tip of iceberg. It is just the starting. Okay, the game has just begun. So let him perform. Let's give some more opportunities to him. Okay, let's ask him, or let's ask her to prove herself or himself. Okay, so that's what the example is saying. Don't fire him just because of one mistake. Give him some more opportunities. I mean, at least give him a fair shake. Obviously, give him a chance to prove himself. So that's how I can use this give someone a fair shake. Now the next one is fall for someone. Now this one is very interesting, and I don't think that I just need to tell the meaning of this phrase, fall for someone. It actually means to be in love with a person, to be in love with someone. So whenever you are being in love with someone, whenever you actually started loving someone, so actually you are falling for him, or you are falling for her. Okay, like for example, he fell for Sania the first time he saw her, and now they are getting married. Now the example is saying that he fell for Sania the first time he saw her, and now they are getting what? Now they are getting married. So that's how I can use this fall for someone, and we all use it, extensively. Now the next one is fall for something. Now this one is a bit interesting, and this one is a bit related to the last phrase which we talked about, fall for someone. Like, we have always talked about the phrases like give someone a fair chance, or give something a fair chance. These both phrases actually mean the same thing. Okay, but here if I'm using the same for fall, like if I'm saying fall for someone, that is to be in love with someone. But if I'm saying fall for something, that does not mean that I am actually talking about being in love with something. This actually means to be deceived or believe an unlikely story. When you get deceived, okay, or when you just believe on an unlikely story. So in both these cases, you use this fall for something. Okay, so make this point very clear that fall for someone and fall for something are poles apart. Okay, completely different. Fall for someone actually means when you are in love with someone, and fall for something actually means when you are deceived by someone or you believe an unlikely story. Then we use this fall for something. Like for example, every time when he gets late. Now let's say you are a teacher and you have a student who gets late every time. So every time when he gets late, he tells me a fake long story, and I always fall for that. That means I always believe on that unlikely fake story. Okay, so that's how we can use this fall for something. So make this point very clear. Fall for someone is different and fall for something is different. Okay, now the next one is fair to middling. Now what is this fair to middling? So when I'm saying fair to middling, I actually mean to say average, neither good nor bad. Okay, like in class we have a lot of performers, and some are toppers of the class and some are the failures. They fail every time, they fail in every subject, and some are toppers. Okay, so between them, the toppers and the failures, between them there is a class, and that class is known as average class. Okay, the students who perform average, who are neither very good nor very bad, or who are neither good nor bad, they are the average students. Okay, so those average students are actually considered as fair to middling. Like for example, he is not the topper of the class, but his marks are fair to middling. Fair enough, he's not the topper of the class, that is okay. He doesn't top the class, that is okay. But his marks are fair to middling. That means he performs a bit well. His marks are fair to middling. His marks are average. His marks are neither good nor bad. So that's how we can use this fair to middling. Okay. Now the next one is fall on deaf ears. Now what is this fall on deaf ears? So whenever I'm saying fall on deaf ears, it means to be heard but ignored. Whenever you just hear something but you ignore it. Okay, you hear something but you just ignore it. So that is what we call fall on deaf ears. Okay, or to be heard but to have no effect. Like you are hearing something but still you are not reacting on it. Okay, you are just not reacting at all on it. Okay, so that time when you hear it or you ignore it, or you hear it but you don't react on it, we use the phrase fall on deaf ears. Okay, like for example, her pleas for mercy fell on deaf ears. The judge gave her the maximum sentence. Obviously, if someone has committed any crime and he is just in court and he has been sentenced to death, or let's say he has been sentenced to maximum sentence, so at that time he will actually just request to the judge that please forgive me, and these requests will actually fell on deaf ears. That means these requests will be heard by the judge, but all these requests will just be ignored by the judge. Judge will not respond on these requests. Why? Because he has already been sentenced to death, or he has already been sentenced to maximum sentence. Okay, so that's how we can use this fall on deaf ears. And that's all for this lecture. We will be talking about some more interesting idioms and phrases in the next lecture. Thank you very much. This is Suyash signing off.